Okay, this is a particle physics question from Jun2005, A23 Physics 6. One example of a hadron or hadron and one example of a lepton. So the common hadrons that we come across are protons and neutrons. So that's okay, proton, neutron, those are the two examples of a hadron that I would go for first of all. Leptons, electron, and then we can go into electron, neutrino, or we could put a mu particle or a tau particle in there as well. All of those are examples of leptons. In terms of the force experienced by each particle, state the difference between a hadron and a lepton. This is a question which came up in Jun04 as well, so it's an important question. So hadrons experience the strong force. They interact using the strong force, whereas leptons do not. And remember, leptons interact using the weak force. So hadrons the strong force, leptons the weak force. And that's a very important idea, and that's the second year in a row that came up. State one other difference between a hadron and a lepton. Okay, well, once we move away from their interactions and that, we come back to the fact that leptons are generally light, and that's what their name in Greek meant. Although as you get into the muon and the tau particle, they become heavy, are generally lighter particles, whereas hadrons are generally heavier particles. Hadrons split into two classifications, either baryons or meson. You need to know the baryon numbers of the following. Okay, well, if it's a baryon, it's got a baryon number of 1. If it's an antiparticle of a baryon or an antibaryon, then it's -1. If it's a meson, it has 0 baryon number because it's not a baryon. If it's the antiparticle, it's still 0. Okay? So antiparticle of a meson is 0, antiparticle of a baryon has -1 baryon number. And then the final question here in this particular paper, 2005, asked, in terms of quark structure, describe the difference between baryons and mesons. Well, we have to go back to the quark structure, and baryons are made up of 3 quarks, sometimes referred to as a quark triplet. And if you think of the proton up, up, down, the neutron up, down, down, mesons on the other hand are a quark-antiquark pair. So of a quark antiquark. Okay. And again, that was a fairly short question in that particular year. Okay, so baryons are 3 quarks, mesons are quark-antiquark pair.